Hi, I'm Dr. Duncan Pelly.
I'm Julia Hayden, aka Princess Gaia.
I'm an associate professor of entrepreneurship, also the director of the Center for Free Enterprise and Entrepreneurship and director of international business programs at McMurray University. Some of you may know me by my YouTube alias, Dr. D University.
I am part of the Storytelling for Gaia Lab, and by the end of last year, I went to a storytelling conference, which was held by one of our members, David Boji, and I met Dr. Duncan Pelly there.
And I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story.
At this time, I was very passionate, very driven of bringing forth this idea of storytelling on behalf of our planet, of Mother Earth.
A story about Women's Entrepreneurship Week, how it started at McMurray University. I was hired to work at McMurray University in 2018, and there was no entrepreneurship program there at all. No faculty, no courses, nothing. And the dean said, you know what? You've got free reign. Make this yours and make it shine. And one of the first initiatives that I did was launch a Women's Entrepreneurship Week event at McMurray University in 2018. And this was something that had never been done. And by most measures, the event was a success. And people related to the fact that I brought up that even though there is an increasing rate of women's entrepreneurship in the world, there's still way more male entrepreneurs than there are females. And Women's Entrepreneurship Week works to resolve that discrepancy. And you may look at the facts, and the facts may say stuff, well, there's not enough women entrepreneurs because of, childbearing years taking precedence over their work cycle. There's less societal support, less professional networking for women, fewer resources for women in entrepreneurship. But I think what it really is a lack of effective storytelling for women entrepreneurs.
And Duncan and I met and clicked immediately and thought about this thing can be bigger. We can create a momentum here. We can support women in following their dreams. We can support people in finding their magic.
When you ask somebody on the street, you say, hey, what do you think of when you think of an entrepreneur? They all say the same thing. It's like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. These are white males in technology and operating in Silicon Valley. And these stories are so far removed from the average entrepreneurial experience that it might as well be fiction. Nobody ever thinks of great female entrepreneurs like Denise Morrison, Michelle Money, or Kay Koplowitz.
And we found out that we have the same ideas on how the feminine qualities of us human beings need to be encouraged to grow and thrive in this society, that a balance can support our planet to become a planet on which every one of us can live, can work, can dance, and can be together as one.
And so that's what the purpose of Women's Entrepreneurship Week is to allow great lady entrepreneurship role models to tell their story and inspire young entrepreneurs all over the world. Women's Entrepreneurship Week 2020 is about stories.
Empowering stories.
Recently, let's say approximately 2 or 3 years ago, I realized that I was struggling in a man's world.
Motivating stories.
If I want to go fly a helicopter, I will figure out how many telephone books I need to sit on that seat to look out to fly the helicopter.
Inspiring stories.
J'ai continué à peindre, à exposer, à écrire, à publier.
Confidence building stories.
I would just encourage them to follow that vision that they have.
Entertaining stories.
We used to collect flowers and gather the berries, and now we're, distilling them into oils and we're adding them to water.
Authentic stories.
All of a sudden, I was more the therapist than I was the wife and the mother. Life-changing stories.
See the full collection of women's entrepreneurship stories on YouTube at Dr. D University.
And Princess Gaia.